information from the Princess of Wales. Kate Middleton finally with an update. She just announced she will be making her return to the public eye this weekend. It's the first since her cancer diagnosis. The Princess of Wales says she plans to attend the Trooping the Colour ceremony for King Charles' birthday parade tomorrow. Let's bring in Jonathan Sacerdoti, a British broadcaster and royal commentator. I probably didn't get your last name right. I apologize. But thank you very much for joining us. And we are so overjoyed with this news that we'll finally see her. Although she did state in her statement, she said she's not out of the woods yet. So she's still got some work to do.
That's right, Sandra. She has announced at the last moment that she's going to be coming to the Trooping the Colour on Saturday. That's tomorrow, for the King's official birthday. It's her first public appearance since we saw that announcement that she had cancer and that she was going through chemotherapy. And now in this statement that she's released, quite an open statement, one giving quite a bit of detail. She says she's not out of the woods yet, but she has good days and bad days, as anyone who's going through chemo will recognise. And that on good days, she's really keen to do things that make her feel normal, whether it's spending time with family or, in this case, spending time with the nation. And so I think people are delighted that she's going to be able to join her family, her children, that will be seen tomorrow for the King's official birthday. And of course, the King himself has been undergoing treatment for cancer. So obviously cancer has been playing a much bigger part in the public life of the royal family than ever before.
You know, the King's birthday parade, it's an annual event, the Trooping of the Colours, but it's going to be extra special this year. How do you think the British public will react to her being out in public for the very first time? The only other time she's been seen since her cancer diagnosis was when she did that recorded message a few weeks ago.
That's right. And that recorded message back in March was as a result of some really horrible and hideous speculation about her health, where she was, some people even speculating that maybe she died. There was so much intrusion into her life, and then even a candid photograph, that I think they felt that she had to make an appearance and to give a statement and make that video statement. And that was a bit of a low point, I would say, in terms of how she's been treated. I say reflecting this really horrible trend in modern life of wanting to know every single detail of celebrities and royals' lives. We have no right to know all those details. But I think in recognition of the deep interest in her and the royal family, they've decided to be as open as they can. And now she feels that she's doing a bit better. She is going to make that appearance. And I think that those who love the royal family will be absolutely delighted to be able to watch that tomorrow. It's quite an important occasion in terms of the King's official birthday, but also because it's going to have so many members of the family back together. She hasn't been seen for a long time, and people will be able to see how she's doing with their own eyes. They've even released a photograph today along with the statement in which she looks relatively well. She's seen outdoors in Windsor. People have been speculating again over how she may look as a result of the chemo she's been going through. So I think that will satisfy people's concern in that regard as well. So I think there's a lot of excitement for her appearance. And also, in the statement, she mentioned just how much comfort she's taken from the interest of the nation.
Absolutely. And as we watch all of this footage of her and beautiful moments in her wardrobe, always everybody's eager to see what she'll wear. I'm sure she will impress and not let anybody down on that part. She's always stunning, always beautiful, and probably a much needed moment for the UK. I mean, we haven't seen her, and she's sort of just been like the shining star of the royal family for years now.
Yeah, and we are going through this kind of messy and slightly boring election campaign, a small detail of choosing the next Prime Minister and government. There's not a lot to be cheerful and optimistic about in the UK, even though the Labour Party is expected to sweep into power. It's not really through any great enthusiasm for them. It's more as a protest and disappointment in the Conservative Party that's been in government for 14 years. So moments like this are when the royal family really play their part, because I think that the nation can at least unite behind the royal family. They enjoy seeing the much-loved members of the royal family, like Princess Catherine, doing well. And I think that this is an important moment in that respect as well.
Jonathan Sacerdoti, appreciate you joining us. We look forward to seeing her this weekend. Thank you.
It's going to be a great weekend there. Thank you, Jonathan.